Deepika's uber cool home on wheels. Alia's styling game plan for Paraniti. We've got proof that Salman's abs are not fake. Akshay's in a teasing mood. Here on WeChat presents 9XE the show, let me, Mia, start you off with a little piece of trivia.
I'm hot, you're not. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. 9XE.
Deepika's the only actress to own a vanity van, while all the other actresses just hire their chosen ones. Did you know that?
I like them young. I like them sweet. I like them falling at my feet.
Deepika's a gal about town. Her schedule is filled with shoots and appearances, and when you lead a lifestyle like that, your vanity van becomes a home away from home. Regular van, 35 feet long, 8 feet broad, and 6.5 feet tall. Deepika's van, 41 feet long, 8 feet broad, and 7.5 feet tall. And she went to interior designer Vinita Chaitanya, the lady who designed her pad in Mumbai and her parents' home in Bangalore, to jazz up her vanity van.
The look is vintage because it's sort of all distressed and they're beautiful blues and greens and lovely colors in it. And she has her space very clearly defined. There's a space for her sort of SpotboyE and her staff who help her. There's a little kitchenette for them. There's a toilet for them. There's a separate space for the driver of the bus. And then there's her space, which is completely contained with her space where she relaxes, she watches television, she dresses up, and then her toilet. She can have a shower and she can go out for an event. I've put in little cupboards so that, her clothes can be stored there. And then she has all her little knickknacks. She loves flowers and candles, so all that is also there.
So while Deepika's home has an extremely glamorous feel, her van is all about comfort and color.
Let's do the van, and I wanted a more chilled out kind of and a completely different feel. You see, she has many aspects of her personality. One is this absolutely glamorous star, but then there's also a very young sort of a bohemian kind of a girl also as a part of her personality. And I said, let me take that and make her van more chilled out.
The van was 6 months in the making. It started on the sets of Chennai Express and was ready to roll while she shot for Ram Leela. And you know who helped Vinita design? Shah Rukh himself. King Khan spent a good 45 minutes giving her a tour of his vanity so that she got to know vanity vans better. Wow, a 45-minute tour? That must be some vanity van. And, well, it is. Apparently, SRK's got one of the most expensive and largest vanity vans in the business. And it's so futuristic that some of the rooms even expand. We went to the man, Dilip Chabria, DC, who designs and conceptualizes the vans of the who's who of Bollywood.
Shah Rukh is very technologically oriented, so he has a kind of a largish office area where he's got all the communication apparatus. And Shah Rukh also has a gym, a full-fledged gym inside the van.
Not to be left behind, Salman too has a vanity van to boast of. Beige furniture, ultra-sleek amenities, and portraits of who else but Salman fill up the space. But the man does not do things the regular way.
Salman, it was a very, he's used layout only in all his vans, so his layout was opposite of everyone else. His bedroom was in the front and his living room was in the rear. And his restroom was in the center. Sanjay
Dutt's got one of the swankiest vans in the business. We mean he's got a floating bar. Does not get cooler.
Sanjay Dutt's peculiarity is that it's one big lounge. There are no rooms. It's very spacious and it's got a kind of a floating bar in that sense. It's in the center.
Ritik does not do anything with half measures. In fact, he doubles it.
Ritik is concerned, the peculiarity of Ritik was he had 2 makeup areas rather than 1.
And while we're on the subject of vanity, the Khans seem to be taking the war of the abs to a whole other level, just like we covered in one of our past episodes. Salman was not very happy when a video was leaked that claimed his abs were fake and were actually digitally enhanced.
मैं उतार रहा हूँ क्या? नहीं उतार रहा हूँ ना, क्योंकि नहीं है। जिस वक्त होंगे हाल ही में उस वक्त दनादन उतारते जाऊंगा। अभी शाहरुख, ऋतिक और आमिर उतार रहे हैं शर्ट, क्योंकि है। अब उनके नहीं होंगे, मेरे होंगे, क्योंकि मेरे 12 महीने में एटलीस्ट 9 महीने तो होते हैं।
Now, Shah Rukh had to prove that he's got the real deal too before any fingers were raised. So what did he do? He raised his shirt. While promoting Happy New Year, the team visited the Google office in America. And Shah Rukh thought it was the best moment to pull all those doubts to rest. His abs are real and rocking. There's them, and then there's Amir, who lets his work do the talking. On the sets of PK, Amir's gone shirtless and even pantless, but for him, it seems all about the role and nothing else. And if you are as curious as us about how he manages to get that body, stick around because we've got someone who works very closely with both Amir and Salman spilling the beans. And while the men in Bollywood were all about the abs, the women have been about fashion. Alia recently turned designer when she designed a fashion line for an online shopping site. That's exactly like mentor Karan Johar, who also launched a collection for a clothing brand. And knowing the close equation they share, it's a given that Karan has an opinion on Alia's style.
Basically, Karan has a great influence on that. Also, his fashion sense is outstanding. So whenever sometimes I come to the office and he says, not happening. And then sometimes I say, oh, really nice, I like what you're wearing. So that also gives me a little like, okay, you're doing well.
Well, he does not need to do that. Alia, on most days, is really well turned out. But the opinionated girl that Alia is, she has some views on Bollywood's sense of style.
I like Sonam's sense of style a lot. I said that all the time. She's very like she'll just do what she wants to do. Amitabh Bachchan, I think, styles himself super well.
Well, now I'm really curious. Which Bollywood actress would Alia like to style for? Ha! That would be fun. Maybe Alia could help her with a few tips and tricks to dress her up like a certain other Chopra. Who is this other Chopra we refer to? That's not such a tough guess, but just hang in there. We've got a great story on that coming up in just a bit. Coming up, Vidya's so over an alleged ex. It's charming. On 9XE The Show, it's known that I love my movies, music, and masala, and of course, all things Bollywood. But enough about me. Let's go see what Akshay Kumar is a shauqeen of.
Let's move our feet.
मुझे जी हर चीज़ का शौक,
Specifically, किस चीज?
हर चीज़ का शौक, हर चीज़ का। मुझे बात करा लो, एक्टिंग करा लो, किसी की जो सुनने का शौक है, खाने का शौक है, पीने, सब चीज़ का। जो आपके अंदर जो आप सोच सकती हैं महिला जी, जो भी आप सोच सकती हैं उसका शौक।
Oh, come on! Now that's not at all shocking. Looks like Akshay was just pulling our leg. And he seemed in a mood to do that.
अक्षय, ऐसी खबरें आई थी कि आप फिल्म को प्रमोट नहीं करना चाहते हैं because
जनाब लो, अब आपको ये मैं क्यों खड़ा हूँ यहाँ? कहाँ हो आप कहाँ हो?
this is the trailer launch, of course you have to be here, but
Oh, okay, all right. So this is the trailer launch. So I decided, so I'll just come along and just be here.
Wait. The imitation doesn't stop here. This next one is hilarious.
किसी तरीके की कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट करने की
Controversy मेरे को नहीं पता.
किसी तरीके की कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट करने की
Controversy मेरे को नहीं पता. Controversy मेरे को नहीं पता. वो आप चैनल से पूछिए कि controversy कितनी क्रिएट वो करना चाहते हैं.
Here are some tips from our action hero on how to be an actor.
मैंने एक किताब खरीदी थी जहाँ उस पर लिखा हुआ था 175 रुपए हाउ टू लर्न एक्टिंग. किताब के अंदर पहले पन्ने पे ये लिखा हुआ था कि अगर आपको एक्टर बनना है, इफ़ यू वांट टू बी अ गुड एक्टर, बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग. सो मैंने वो क्या किया, मैंने शानपत्ती की कि मैंने वो 175 रुपए भी खर्चा नहीं किया और रख दी किताब. और मैं बोला मुझे तो एक्टिंग आ गई, मैं निकल गया वहाँ से.
बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत अच्छी बात है.
शुक्रिया. थैंक यू.
Yeah, That was Anu Kapoor going a little overboard with the appreciation. But getting Kaladi Kumar on board, even for a cameo, is a great plus. But there's nothing like Hrithik and Katrina performing daredevil stunts in one of the biggest movies of the year. But does the film guarantee at the edge of your seat entertainment, or will you be waiting for the interval? This is what we thought about Bang Bang.
4, 3, 2, 1, bang bang. रात भर मूवी रीमेक है नाइट एंड डे की, जिसमें कैमरून डियाज और टॉम क्रूज थे. मूवी प्राइमरीली एक्चुअली लव स्टोरी है. इफ यू कीप दैट इन माइंड जब आप ये मूवी देखने जाए कि ये एक प्राइमरीली लव स्टोरी है और लव स्टोरी के अराउंड एक्शन है, तो शायद आप उतने डिसअपॉइंट ना हो जितने हम हुए. डैनी डेंजोप्पा से बड़ा विलेन कोई नहीं है. आई थिंक इज द अल्टीमेट बैड गाय. म्यूजिक की बात की जाए तो एवरी सॉन्ग इज अ चार्ट बस्टर. हर गाना पागलपन है यूट्यूब पे छाया हुआ. आई फील मूवी बहुत ही गुड लुकिंग है. पीपल आर गुड लुकिंग, मूवी इज गुड लुकिंग, सॉन्ग्स आर गुड लुकिंग, एक्शन इज गुड लुकिंग. एक्शन बहुत अच्छा है बट बहुत फार अपार्ट प्लेस्ड है. और उसके कारण क्या हो रहा है, जो पूरा स्टोरी है ना, इट्स नॉट डन वेल, इट्स नॉट वोवन वेल, इट्स नॉट ट्रीटेड वेल. तो एक बहुत बड़ा स्लम्प आ जाता है गाना और एक्शन के बीच में. जो पूरी स्टोरी है वो स्लम्प में जाती है एंड द ऑडियंस जस्ट डिस्कनेक्ट्स फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ दिस. सो ऑन द हॉट स्लॉट आई गिव इट 3 thumbs up.
And I give it 2.
So 3 things we've learned from this film. Number 1,
अगर आप हीरो हो और किसी ने आपको गोली मार दी, तो all you have to do is get up, dust off and start running again.
Number 2 is कि अगर आप हीरो हो तो आप किसी भी बिल्डिंग के किसी भी हाइट से विदाउट एनी फियर ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज जंप कर सकते हो. क्योंकि क्या है, सीन कट होने के बाद किसको थोड़ी समझ में आना कि कौन कहाँ गिरा, कैसे गिरा. तो किधर से भी कांच तोड़ के या नीचे. एंड नंबर 3,
ऋतिक रोशन का पार्ट टाइम जॉब है किसिंग क्लासेस. या every Friday at 5:30 in Bandu.
वेल सो दैट वाज आवर विशेष टिप्पणी ऑन बैंग बैंग. हम क्रिटिक्स नहीं है, हमें ज़्यादा ज्ञान देना आता नहीं है. वी आर जस्ट मूवी बफ्स. वी जस्ट स्पीक आवर माइंड एंड आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे लेट अस डू दिस. वी विल मीट यू नेक्स्ट वीक. मेरा नाम है प्रबुद्ध दायमा
And I'm Nafisa Sharma.
और अब जादू होने वाला है और हम गायब होने वाले हैं.
There's no denying that Katrina looked stunning in the film. Her sense of style off camera too is to die for. But sadly, Pariniti can't claim that just as yet. The Alia Pariniti fashion venture might not be such a bad idea after all. Our 9XE style scientists have been extremely busy studying the showbiz fashion gene, and they've just made a very strange discovery. They found out that it's possible for the fashion gene to go into full rebellion mode, pack its bag, and leave the family without so much as a goodbye. They are calling this occurrence the curious case of the Chopra sisters. Now, it's no secret that most sisters borrow each other's style and look great at it. But who would have thought cousins Priyanka and Pariniti Chopra, bound by blood, could be so different? One's choices land her on the best dress list, while the other is left looking... Give it to me, give it to me! Why exactly is this happening, you ask? Let's break it down. She capitalized on it, turning herself into a fierce fashion diva.
Shout out.
Pariniti came with a banking portfolio, which she obviously couldn't bank on. Her fashion rags to riches story hasn't really had a happy ending as yet. Exercise, diet, rinse, and repeat. Priyanka's been working towards getting a super hot body, and now she has abs that could grate cheese, and boy, is she flaunting them. There's that, and then there's Pariniti, who first hit headlines saying stuff like, I am a Punjabi and I love food. Now I have to work out and I hate that. Don't we all? While we love her attitude, she soon changed her stance. She's now got a relatively slimmer look. The only thing is she's still trying to figure out how to dress herself. Love thy body. Pariniti has really worked hard on her body and is trying to highlight that. But are strapless gowns, tight and backless dresses the right way to go? We say, fire your stylist.
I will soon. I will really soon.
Pariniti, if you're still feeling a little lost, we've got expert advice for you.
Pariniti is young, she's just come in, so she's like really fun, and we would give her like nice colors and nicer, lighter tones.
Pariniti has this whole Indianness to herself. I mean, she is very confident and she's a great actress, but I think she suits more on a subtle side. She's more classic, timeless, and that's what I see her in.
Pariniti would be able to carry off, let's say, our kaftan maxi really well, the kurta kaftan maxi. She could even belt it up. She's a little tinier, but yeah, I think those two would look great on her.
Pari girl, you've got this one, so step away from the chaos and let your clothes bring out your awesome self and not the other way around. Coming up, how you can get abs like Salman and Amir. If you've come looking for controversy with Vidya and an alleged ex, there's nothing here to see. Bollywood's a small world. Here's Vidya at the screening of Hyder with husband Siddharth Roy Kapoor, who's producing a film with her apparent ex as the lead. And it's all absolutely fine. Seriously, Vidya's like so over it.
Shahid is a wonderful actor and dancer, but I think I've seen a new side of him in the Hyder trailer, which is why I'm very excited to watch him in this film. I was just pleasantly surprised कि इतना कुछ अलग किया है शाहिद ने, और ट्रेलर बहुत अच्छी लगी मुझे.
That makes two of us. And not because you spoke so highly of Shahid, but gal, look at you. Seems like those stories about you looking leaner have some truth to them after all.
Well then, thank you. I don't know, I don't think about these things.
But we've got another interesting observation to make. So, those are some of the big names in Bollywood engaged in conversations, and then there's this poor man left out all alone. Farah Khan's husband, director Shiresh Kunder, was given a lot of space by his peers. Now we can only guess the reasons why. But we've really got no time for that because everyone's going to watch Hyder. But you guys stay put because we're going to tell you if you should watch Hyder 2 or not. Here's our review.
And we are back, guys! The other flick that we watched this weekend was...
Hyder.
कितनी excitement है, देखो.
Now, Hyder कहानी है basically revenge की, और 1990s के कश्मीर में ये कहानी पूरी set की है. And all I can say about the movie that it was worth the wait.
Talking about the cast, इसमें है शाहिद कपूर, श्रद्धा कपूर, तब्बू, के मेनन, इरफान खान.
Yes.
Yes, and they were just absolutely fantastic. Shahid Kapoor ने अपना role, he gave more than 100% to this role. He totally proved that he is a son of Pankaj Kapoor.
यहाँ पर ऐसे किसी एक performance को single out करना is not only just impossible, but it is also unfair.
Everyone did justice.
Sub.
Moving on to the music. एक गाना था movie में which was called खुल कभी तो, sung by Arijit, and गुलजार जी ने उसके lyrics लिखे हुए. I loved the song. It was absolutely fantastic. It's a slow track, yet I was
so
singing
beautiful.
it. Yeah, so beautiful. Like दिल को छू के
touch कर गया.
Overall, as I said throughout this review, I loved the movie. I think it's a 350 Friday watch.
So, 3 things we've learned from this movie. Number 1.
श्रद्धा कपूर ने मुझे इंग्लिश सिखाई है. So talked becomes talked.
क्या बात है?
Loved becomes loved.
अच्छा, use that in a sentence now.
I love it the movie. Number 2, अगर आप हीरो हो और आपको एक सीन में गंजा होना है तो अगला सीन शुरू होने से पहले यहाँ आपके बाल फिर से आ जाएंगे. Just like a teleshopy ad, जादू.
And number 3 is कि if you want to adapt any of William Shakespeare's work, तो वो आप जाएं और विशाल भारद्वाज से सीखें. For me, Hyder was a buffet. और elaborate अच्छा वाला buffet जहाँ पर कोई आपको पूछता है ना कि अच्छा क्या है, and you go, अब मैं क्या बताऊं, पनीर अच्छा था, कोफ्ते अच्छे थे, नान अच्छा था, रुमाली रोटी भी अच्छी थी, और उसके बाद वो तंदूर भी अच्छा था, सब अच्छा है, वैसा हो गया, सब अच्छा है.
Absolutely. So if you have an appetite for a revenge drama or tragedy flick, Heather is the one you must go and watch. Yeah.
Go watch. On the hot slot, I give it 5 thumbs up.
I would have given it 10 if I could, but I'll also give it 5.
Punch.
Coming up, do you have what it takes to get a body like Salman? Kangana can't stop gushing about Ranveer. This is WeChat Presents 9XE The Show, the fittest show on the block. Now, if you've been listening carefully, we told you at the start of the episode that we'll introduce you to a guy who's the main man behind Salman and Amir's buff body. Meet Rakesh Udiar. Rakesh has been with Salman since Bodyguard was in the making, and according to him, training Salman is a cakewalk.
Salman Khan, if you see, if I'm not mistaken, last Many Pyar Kiya came in 83. So there is nothing, he know himself what to do, when to cut down his carbs. He knows everything. So I'll be like finishing off a little bit here and there.
It might sound easy, but here's what Salman's workout regimen looks like.
He start with the cardio, like 45 minutes of walk or treadmill or cycle, whatever he likes to do it. Or sometimes he split with all the machines around 15 minutes. If he's doing action and all, definitely he'll do cardio more and less of weights.
Here is the checklist of the food that goes into that fit stomach.
He eats everything, normal food, ghar ka khana. He eats oats in the morning, he eats eggs. Afternoon he'll have brown rice, sometimes chicken, sometimes fish, sometimes vegetables.
Well, with a routine like that, how can you not have abs of steel? Rakesh has got another famous can pumping iron with him. Amir's spectacular body in PK is all thanks to Rakesh. Yup, that's right. The Khans share a trainer. So how perfect is Mr. Perfectionist's workout schedule?
He trains really intense. Really intense means he has been done overhead shoulder press, might be 100 pound, 4 reps. And as a bodybuilder, for us, it's really tough. A kind of actor and doing these kind of heavy training by hacks to uphill.
Well, could we then be seeing some healthy competition between Salman and Amir? After all, these guys follow the same exercises.
Both of the same thing. Their first regime is to go and train harder. How much he can push, he'll push really hard. Both the guys are same. They know their things. They know how to do the diet. Training is very similar each other. It's an old school style training.
Yeah, guess it takes a special kind of dedication to get a body like that. Fashion had a great night out at an awards function. The red carpet was studded with the brightest stars in their blingiest looks. Let's get rockin' and rollin'. While some stars looked glam, all covered up, others played it more edgy.
Rock and roll with the Indian soul. So this is my rock and roll and that's the Indian soul. This is Vivienne Westwood. Sahej by Anvita.
I keep a check.
See, my brother's here with me because he's my style guru. So all the fashion
They look many he designed.
But it was not only the women who kept it stylish, the men broke out their best suits too.
I'm wearing Gaurav Gupta. And I'm wearing Louboutin shoes and Xenia sunglasses.
Who am I wearing? I'm wearing Dior and the shoes are from Louis Vuitton.
Tonight my clothes are by Xenia.
I'm wearing Richard James.
wearing Gucci. Because, I don't know, I love bow ties. I have a good collection of bow ties and I love wearing bow ties. This is the first time I'm wearing a bow tie which goes with the suit. I think otherwise I prefer color blocking. I wear bows which are slightly different in color. But this time I've chosen the classic look.
Despite being surrounded by great fashion, the women still had men on their mind. They just could not stop gushing about Bollywood's leading men.
I think he was amazing in Padmika and he's quite an all-rounder in terms of performance. I think Rajkumar as well because he's unique and he's really different and he's such a fantastic performer.
Ranveer Singh, I don't know, there's something so fresh about him. He's so refreshing, you know. So I like him and he's very different, something new that you get to see, right? Everyone's so uptight, everyone's so predictable, and here's a guy who just absolutely go by his impulse.
A man should wear his sexiness like a t-shirt, not a tuxedo.
Check out the hippest in fashion on our site 9xe.com. You could also tweet at us a celebrity's look that caught your attention. Now all that fashion's put me in a mood to shop, so I'm off to do just that. I'll see you guys soon. Or hey, we might just bump into each other at the mall. See you guys. Bye.